Welcome, everybody, to another edition. Good evening. And everybody that's tuning in, we got Joey, we got Dow, and everybody that's watching on the inside, and everybody that's watching on the outside. If you are not a follower, the Big Outlaw Family Network, please subscribe, share. And as we're doing the show, there's little hearts on the side of YouTube. Just kind of tap on that. It helps the algorithm. And good evening, Kelly. How are you doing?
Good. I'm excited about tonight.
Yes, I know. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those that do not know, tonight we have a special guest. And it is a Bigfoot outlaw family member that's been with us for a long time. And we love her to death. And what's really interesting about our guest is that she has some abilities, but not only that, Kelly, she has paranormal activity at her place where she lives. Isn't that crazy?
Yep. She's a medium.
Right. And what's interesting, ladies and gentlemen, I was telling Kelly, I was like, stop. Kelly was already getting information while our guest was in the green room as we were talking. Without further ado, everybody, welcome Michelle to the show. Hello, Michelle.
Hi, everyone.
So, if you could give us a little background about yourself and what's going on where you're at, because I follow you on TikTok and I watch it, and it's very interesting. The evidence is credible and outstanding. I tell you this, I couldn't live there, not with everything you got going on. So the floor is yours.
Well, I moved in January 2022 and quickly realized I wasn't alone. My first experience was a whistle over my head while I was sleeping. And I quickly woke up, looked at my dog, and she's sitting up with her ears up. So not only I heard it, the dog heard it. And I kind of thought I was going crazy at first. Like, what is going on here? I finally got cameras, and I definitely have orbs. Um, what I've learned over time is there are different kinds of orbs, and they all have different meanings. And I think that I have quite a few. I've showcased some that I think look like fairies. I also have some that are round, big, like beach balls. And then I have some of them that kind of turn flat and glide. They don't even fly, they glide.
Oh,
And
wow.
they're interesting. I've even caught one that's funneled. And when they're funneling, they're trying to manifest into spirit. So I've learned so much over the last couple years. It's really been an amazing, enlightening experience here.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I start following you on TikTok, I was watching, observing your paranormal activity. And ladies and gentlemen, these are not dust particles that Michelle is recording and interacting with, what she has been showing. And it's very fascinating. What's really interesting is before we went live, as soon as I brought Michelle into the backstage from the green room, Kelly's like, I see somebody behind you. And Kelly, what was you seeing?
When
She said,
I saw a man that was a bald-headed man. He was like 6 foot tall, standing right behind her, and she said it was her dad.
yes, you nailed it. Yes, I feel him here watching over me. I can
And,
feel his protective father figure watching over me.
and didn't you say his TV or something was in the room that you're in? I didn't catch all of it because I had to walk away from the screen before we went live.
Yeah, he gave me a great big, I think it's like a 60-inch TV before he passed. He wanted me to have it. And so, yeah,
Wow.
I had an orb spin around the room. And when it went through the TV, it left a zigzag pattern like a heart monitor. So it was pretty cool. And I was watching TV. So the screen went like snowy, like test pattern screen. And the beep, 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 beep went right through it. It was amazing. Like,
That
what
is
was that? And then
that
it
is
just
incredible.
disappeared.
That is incredible.
So, right, it was like confirmation. It freaked me out, but I don't think it was meant to scare me. It was meant to comfort me. Like, we're here watching over you. It's okay.
Right. Michelle, what do you think these orbs are? And you also say that you have an idea of what about the shape, sizes, or colors, or how they maneuver in the air. I'm interested in that.
Right. Some of them are so fast that they leave a tracer when they come through. So, and they're so quick. Sometimes I have to slow the video down so you can actually see it as it processes. Some look like they're bullet shaped or capsule shaped, and then some are huge, round. And then I have some I really can't explain the shape. They're almost they're something. I don't know what it is, but they're something. And they kind of just glide along and open up, and they're just amazing. Some of them will turn flat, like I think it's a native skyfish, but I don't know. Um, I've looked at other videos and it does look similar. Uh, I don't know what to call it, but it likes me, and I catch that one outside. I've caught it outside a couple of times. The skyfish that's sort of like a lightning rod, but it's flat, whatever it is, flat
Wow.
and long. Right.
Wow. Care
And
Bear says a heart monitor. I can see my dad doing something like that as well. That's interesting. Kelly, what is your take on orbs? What do you think and what do you pick up on?
Well, I feel like it's a manifestation of spirit. They can't manifest in whole, so they do just a little light orb. And I think it's different spirits. And I also believe that she has a portal in her house and outside.
Right.
You have
As
to be
Michelle was talking, and it seemed like I was picking up on that. And it also seems like, and I'm not sure if I'm right, Kelly or Michelle, it seems like she has a lot of travelers that visit her and come in and out.
Yes. Yep.
yeah, I believe so.
People that
Now,
are passing by stop by.
when we talk about travelers, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about people that have passed on. And I think this is just my opinion, and I don't know how Michelle or Kelly wants to add, but do you think that the reason why she has a lot of that activity is not only that her father seems to be there, and plus that she is a magnet, that she has abilities and people see that light from the darkness, and it's like, to me, what I always say, it's like a moth or a bug going to a light at night. What do you think, Kelly?
Totally. They're drawn to her because she's a medium. And not
How
to
does that
mention,
make you feel, Michelle?
I feel like they're attracted to me because I can see them. I can see them, and I can see them without the camera. So I can see them, like sometimes I'll look over, oh, there goes one down the hallway. And they know I can see them. So I acknowledge them. I had some trouble at first, because evil sort of slips in, because I see the
Yes.
light ones and I see the dark ones. So I had to really dig deep and do some shadow work, get right with myself, right with my faith, do a lot of forgiving, especially myself. I think that was the hardest part, forgiving myself. And that made a big difference. It opened up new pathways. Um, so I can understand what's going on. I'm really lucky this happened to me. I don't think this just happens to everyone. I think that I was chosen for a reason. Not sure what the reason is yet, but I'm hoping to figure it out as I keep going along with this thing.
well, you're the doorway and you help them cross. You're crossing them
Right.
over. So you
Yes.
set up a door, white light bubble yourself always. Remember, of the highest light of God, and then set up a doorway and say, "Well, the people that you're looking for is beyond that door. Go through that door." And that way you aren't inundated so badly.
Okay. Okay. Well, I always ask them, for permission before I turn the cameras on. And they sort of give me confirmation with a knock, a bump, a thud, a pop. It's crazy. And what I also tell them, you have free will. You don't have to stay here. You don't have to be stuck here. You can move on from here. You can go to the light if you choose, and the doorway's right there,
Right.
and it's been and ready for you. So I'm trying to get to that point where I can actually hear them.
Well,
Oh,
ask your
it's coming.
kids to help fine tune it, and they will.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
coming. You know
I'll
what's
keep asking
interesting,
my
Kelly?
spirit guide.
Yes, absolutely. What's interesting is I love how Michelle says she protects herself. And I think, hey, Brian Barber, welcome to the show. I think that was one of my downfalls in the beginning that you were helping me with, Kelly, is not grounding myself, protection. And that's so important if you are dealing with the afterlife or any spirits or anything that's crossed over, because a lot of people, like Michelle says, you see one, you see the other, just like yin and yang, right? Light and darkness. You got to be so careful about that.
Totally.
Michelle sent some videos in, and I would like Michelle, if she doesn't mind, when they're playing, if there's no narration, if she can kind of give us some narration on it. And then, Kelly, tell us what you feel and what you pick up on.
Okay.
This is fascinating. I've been so excited for this show. It's been a while since Michelle's been on her channel, and we're so glad to have her on here, and I'm really excited. Let me see if I can pull up one of those videos. Let's see here. Scroll up a little bit here. Okay, let me rewind this one and pause it. And here we go here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And action. Oh, wow. Look at that one.
Wow.
Look at that one.
Yeah.
Did you see how it split?
Yep.
Right.
It too.
Yeah, it splits at the end there, and I tried to get as close as area as I could from where it started and finished. Now, I kind of think that might be a fairy, but I'm not sure. But the way it evaporates in two is just amazing. And I've zoomed in. Oh, that's amazing. See how it does that? It just evaporates. It's so beautiful.
It is a fairy.
I was waiting for Kelly. Usually, a lot of videos that I see Michelle and Kelly, one of the indicators that it could be possibly a fairy is that trail behind it. We call it in the movies pixie dust, right? I guess that's the best way to describe it. Now, I've seen a lot of videos. Of course, Mary and I, we do filming day and night. I can tell that's not cigarette smoke. I can tell that's not exhaust smoke from another car to the left. It's out of the scene. What's interesting is on the left-hand side of the screen, Kelly, when it comes up, look how it kind of like something's behind it. See it right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the trail. Yes.
It looks like legs and arms to me and wings.
Yeah, it does.
It really.
I see it.
Yeah. See
Yeah.
this. See.
See that now. Wow.
Blow it up a little more. And that's one thing I love about using the touch screen. You can kind of like zoom it up. Yeah, see how it does that?
Yeah, I see it now. And then when isn't that pretty? I wish I could get a better view when it opens up there at the end.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty amazing too.
And then in the flash, you see all the little sprinkles.
Yes, and sometimes some of the orbs are sparkly, almost glittery as they come across the room or outside. So it's really amazing you said that about the pixie dust. I've always wondered, why are some of them glittery? It literally sparkles as it moves.
That's a fairy.
A lot of people, what they think is the reason why you see that glittery shimmer effect it's coming in and out of our reality or dimensions, is what a lot of people theorized. And I love your all's ideas and thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's going
Right.
into the timeline continuum. It like, and then it goes into the other dimension right there when it disappears. Do you see that little hole? There's like a hole that it's going into when it flies over. Watch. Right there. See it? Bloop.
Right.
You see it hit the,
Almost like
it's
a
almost like a
portal.
barrier, a portal, and then it goes pop. Look.
Yeah.
Pop.
And see how
Yes,
it likes the car. It yeah. It definitely likes the car because I catch it outside by the car quite often. 3
That is
times I've caught
incredible.
that entity by my car.
That is incredible. Well, a few things I notice, what I think from talking to other people that have similar videos that they capture on their home security systems and Ring doorbell is what you have hanging up. What are those?
Oh, wind chimes and just the one has like little mirrors and shiny stuff on it, and the hummingbirds like it because I got a hummingbird feeder to the left. You can't see it, but yeah, just sparkly stuff. They seem to. I like it, and the hummingbirds do too. So yeah,
The
it attracts birds and things like that to the flowers and bees. They like it too.
and the
And
fairies. The
and
fairies.
that's
And the
right.
birds.
Kelly nailed it. So do fairies. For some reason, I see that people that have objects that hang, wind chimes with certain reflections, material that reflects light or refracts light, for some reason it attracts it. But also, what was interesting, and hey, Nilda, hey, everybody, is that what can a mirror become in a house? A portal.
Right.
So is that even possible? Doesn't matter how big it is, even though if it's a
Right,
mirror
because
showing?
they're little teeny squares on that the one that hangs down. It has like little teeny squares in between the
Right.
beads, and yeah, it's like bamboo. So it when it chimes, it's like a wood kind of sound. It's real light. But I have several wind chimes, probably 10 of them. One a little cray cray with the wind chimes, but I like how they sound. I get a direct breeze, and they sound amazing, like in the morning and at night.
Oh,
So
I love wind chimes. Absolutely. I really do. That's very interesting. And
yeah.
that's always been a theory is that a lot of paranormal people on investigations, welcome Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot, is, they claim the same thing. And a lot of people will end up covering mirrors or having their mirrors blessed and so forth because of that. It's a fascinating phenomenon as long as you don't deal with the dark entities or dark energy. But unfortunately, that they do come around. And I think you said that earlier in the show.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. The only mirror I have in here in the inside is the bathroom mirror. And it's actually large enough that it's, a full length mirror too. So I don't have to get the one you put behind the door, But
Right.
I don't have any other mirrors. I guess a TV can reflect your shadow and reflection as you walk by, but no other mirrors.
Right. One of the things I've noticed by watching and observing your video that we just watched, there's no lights around in the outside, such as vehicles traveling. And it's interesting how everything manifests from the left-hand side before coming into the camera range. And like you all said, how it like just goes right into a void spot, possibly could be a portal, and just disappear.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the portal starts in about the center of my apartment. There's one, I don't know why. And I have a EMF, but it's the rook. I'm working on getting some more equipment. But when I go around the room with the Rook, I mean, it's fine. If you near a plug-in, it'll light up red. So I wanted to make sure there was no like underground electrical or anything
Right.
else that could cause this stuff. And I'm a little OCD, so I vacuum all the time. I have like this cordless, and I have a dog and a cat, so I'm always vacuuming and cleaning up, dog hair and stuff like that. So I keep it pretty neat and organized. And I do think the spirits, whatever they are here, I think they're happy that I've cleaned up this end of the building and planted flowers and things outside. I think they like it.
What's your
I
take
when I
on that, Kelly?
I'm sorry.
What's your take on that, Kelly?
All those of the
Yeah,
fairies love them.
that and the cleaning and the activity,
Yeah.
because it seems like since I've been following her, they seem, once that she realized that she was able to see them and communicate with the energy or the orbs, it seems like it got more intense. Is that correct, Michelle?
Yes.
Yes.
Interesting.
And then you have a little child behind you from the 1700s. There's a boy child with a little cap and knickers. He's right there.
Yeah, that's crazy because I caught that voice that said I could see you, and it does sound like I think it's a male child, but I could be wrong.
It
But
is.
he did say I could see you.
It's him.
I'm pretty sure, yes. And I have tracked owners back to the 60s when this place was built, but I can't keep track of all the renters that have been in this place since
Oh,
that,
that makes sense.
So yeah, kind of drew a blank there. But I did find out there's been no, anything bad that happened here, no crimes or anything like that. No one unalive, nothing like that. So
Yeah,
Well,
nothing nefarious.
nothing, yeah, nothing to leave like a stain on the property. Yeah, the plants are doing amazing. When I moved here, I have a tree that's in a pot, and it was just a little thing, maybe a foot. This thing is like 6 feet tall now. It quadrupled in size in 3 years, and it's got to be the land and everything going on around it. I think it likes it here. So for whatever reason, they bless my flowers and plants. The inside ones too, they're growing like crazy.
Fairies help things grow. They love a garden.
yes, they do. They really do. And what's interesting is how you went back and tried to track down in history who actually lived there on the land. But what's fascinating is that Colorado, just the state alone, think of how many people had traveled through that area over the past 400 or 500 years, right?
Right.
People to America, just traveling. We don't know if the boy got sick or hurt or something in that area or on that land where you own now. It's just fascinating that you have
Well,
that interactions.
the end of the Oregon Trail is near here. It's like a great
Oh,
big
okay.
park and museum.
Well, there
So the
you
end
go.
of the Oregon Trail is right up the road. So a
Well,
lot of them, made their journey across the U.S. to here, and yeah, there was a lot of people who lost their lives. Didn't make it here. So, and a lot of orphans made it without their parents.
yes.
Yeah, so this was an orchard. It makes sense that they would have had kids because they need, families is what worked the land back then. You had families and, farm hands. There are apples, pears, and cherries that they grew here. And they brought the grafts from Germany, the tree
Oh,
grafts.
wow.
So I caught that cryptid. Well, what I call a cryptid, it looks like a cat with hooves. That's what I describe it as. But when I Google search that photo, it shows me pictures of German elves. And it's amazing that the family that planted the orchards here was from Germany. And then before Orchards, it was Native American Clackamas Indians.
Well, that's interesting. So anytime that we look at anything paranormal or cryptid related, we always try to look at the history or the origins. And I do believe, in my opinion, is that I think you're onto something, because if people migrated from Germany, right, and they brought their own grass seed and so forth, because if you remember, a lot of people brought things over to the Americas
Yes.
from their countries to try to reduplicate what they have in their country, especially in Colorado, because Colorado is not like Kentucky or Tennessee or Georgia, Alabama. The atmosphere, the temperature, just everything around their land is totally different. Especially the heat, because you're talking about heat's been up 100 and plus for the few days, right?
Yes.
So a lot of
Yeah,
things,
super
we're
hot.
going to test to see what will or will not grow on this soil, because they're not accustomed to it. But I do think that they do bring tradition with them, and also attachments.
Right. And whatever they believed in, they brought that with them here. Their faith, all of it. They bring everything. When they move and plant their roots here, they yeah, use all of that. So it's pretty amazing. The natives before the orchards were here were Clackamas Indians, and they didn't live in teepees. They lived in cedar plank houses. So there's tons of cedar trees. Some of the cedar trees down the street are as wide as my car. They're
Oh
huge
wow!
trees. So yeah, and they would move the houses they lived in according to the seasons, and hunt and gather sort of thing. But they were wiped out due to disease and, things like that, a whole tribe. So, but there were three tribes in this area: Clackamas, Malala Indians, and I can't remember the third. But the Clackamas were in this area. I'm in between a river and a creek. So it was a great area to grow and also fish and hunt.
With Michelle's history that she's learned from researching Kelly, and she knows that there is some German heritage. Should she try to sprechen sie Deutsch with the spirits?
Yeah, try to speak some German to them,
Okay, that's
because
amazing.
you do
And,
have
and
to.
one of the things Mary would probably tell you, she's over to the right. She just got off work a minute ago. She would probably tell you, Michelle, play some polka music.
Okay.
And if they like that. And the reason why I bring that up is that when we go on our paranormal investigations in cemeteries, buildings, and homes, Mary will ask, would you like to hear some music? And the equipment that we have, she actually gets live feedback, intelligent feedback. And then she will try to determine what type of music that they want to listen to. And of course, like you said, you did your history. We look on the headstones, the tombstones, whatnot, try to figure out what era they were born and lived and when they passed and crossed over. And it's amazing that the music that she would play from their time frame and our electronic equipment, not just one or two devices, we're talking multiple responsive, getting a lot of responses just for playing different types of music. It's fascinating.
Wow, that is amazing. What are your favorite types of equipment to use? Like this, I know everyone uses the spirit box.
I tell you what, you want to go get me some of your favorites like the coffin and a couple of REM pods. So we use a lot of things and maybe a couple of cat balls. We talked about this last night on Angela's show, because a lot of people don't know what's available out there. Always tell people buy what you can afford, because some of the equipment can be very pricey, right? It can add up. I mean, we've already got a list, Mary does, roughly around another $3,000 just in equipment, just for paranormal. And what we do is we use that to validate what we're getting and what we're feeling, because Kelly can say A, B, C, D, but we can use this equipment to validate what Kelly's feeling and picking up on. And we do the same thing. And we found out too that each of our paranormal devices has different sensitivities. Some of them you have to really get really close and touch, while other ones they can just get near it because they may not have enough energy to manipulate that device. Now, electronic devices can and sometimes will fail. Always tell everybody, and Mary said this last night, use name brand batteries, Energizers, Duracells. I know it's easier to get the off brand because you get more, but the quality of the internal of that battery is not strong enough for some of these devices to maintain.
It can actually run the current on them and make them
Right.
short out
And
stuff,
like
so.
she said, it can make them short out. And plus, always have extra batteries around you because we found out too, as well as the cryptids, that these entities or whatever they are will use that power from those batteries and drain it to manifest themselves or to communicate with us. And it's very fascinating because if everybody watched one of our lives this past weekend, I think within 4 or 5 hours, she was getting on her spirit box. I'm weak. I'm not able to. No energy. So I'll hold it in front of me. There's different types of electronic devices that you can get. This one needs a battery, but the closer they get to it, it has an audible sound and also a pitch. So it tells you the strength.
And so,
Oh, I like that.
so a lot of
Yeah.
times I've noticed when we go on the ghost hunting expeditions, like if they start really getting weak and drained, they can't even set off the lights on this. So all I hear is the high pitched tone. And so I know when they do that, I got to back off and let them recharge for a little bit. And we'll just kind of talk or play music or something because they're getting too weak. They'll get to the point where they can't even light it up.
Okay.
So,
Welcome back, Kelly. I wonder if you got zapped.
Something happened. It just went kaputty.
Well, you know, anytime we do paranormal on your show, usually I get kicked, not you.
Well, there's
And we
that.
were just talking about batteries.
Right?
So, yeah.
Ghost balls are another good one. They have different colors and everything. I got a lot of bright lights in here, but these are real bright. And these are, you can get like 6, 8, a dozen for like 10, 12 bucks. But they are motion or they're sensitive. They can be touched and they will activate. And when they do activate, we always ask them, okay, if that was you, hate to ask, but can you do it again or go to another device next to it for confirmation? And that's usually they will do it or light it back up. This way we don't jump to conclusions. And when in doubt, our rule is we throw it out. But when you start getting stuff like that, that's happened repeatedly, and it's intelligence, and plus with Kelly and your abilities, now you're setting the stage to show people proof that you're actually interacting with spirit, right? And you're getting confirmation. Virgil says, does that work on main electric or just batteries? A lot of the equipment that we use for paranormal runs on either AA, AAA, or 9 volts. Depends on the device.
majority of them 9 volt.
One of another ones that's Mary's favorite is the lamp. I got to hold it in front of me because the green screen. And
Oh, it's like a lantern. Nice.
Yeah. And we noticed during our investigations, the older generations from the 40s and 30s and back, they love this. And the candle lights up and it flickers and it emits an audible tone. Another device I like that's inexpensive is the EMF detector. You get on Amazon, I think, for like 2 for $15. And the reason why I like this device is that it's inexpensive and it's accurate. So if you damage it or you're investigating with other people or other teams, if it gets misplaced or accidentally pick up, it's no big deal. But Mary picked out a device, and I want Kelly to watch this video and give us some feedback. It is, what was the device called, that pump? So every time that we notice that we're investigating, especially if we're not in a building, a home, and especially outside, like she said, with cemeteries, there is no electrical lines, wires, right? So you don't have any EMF fields, electronic magnetic fields around that is producing energy. So we always do a baseline with our electronic devices to make sure to get readings, because Kelly and I talk about a lot. How does EMF affect you, Kelly?
Sometimes it'll like goof up a little bit, you know, and you have to like really hone in and disregard it, you know, like power lines, you know,
Right.
that's like really, you know, you're like, okay, is there a power line out here or something? And you have to be careful of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And we know that high electronic magnetic fields can cause delusions, paranoia, you're being watched, uneasy, nervousness. Because a lot of people like Kelly and especially you, Michelle, I'm picking up on it, and Mary are very sensitive to those devices. So one of the things that she went out and did some research is an EMP pump, electronic magnetic pump. And what that does, it actually puts out energy into the atmosphere about 3 to 4 feet in the circumference. And you can get them in different sizes. Now, the one that she picked out has 2 pumps on it. When we turn this on, Mary is affected. When she gets next to it, she can actually feel the energy coming off of it. And we used our equipment to test it, and it's very powerful. Now, also inside this, there is what type of crystals?
It's quartz.
So there are quartz inside here to amplify the EMF coming off here. And we notice by using these pumps, and we tell them, here is a device that won't hurt you, but you can draw energy from it to help you to communicate with us and to manifest. So that way, hopefully, it'll leave our equipment alone, right? And not drain our battery time.
Well, did you tell them about how they kept messing with that laser grid? And all
Yeah,
that?
we had a laser grid. You can get like $8 or $12 off Amazon. That's get different settings, and we'll throw that out in a room or out in a graveyard next to a mausoleum. And if anything walks or travels in front of it, it will break the lines up, and you can see it. We had the laser grid up against a mausoleum, and Mary's like, Grizzly, look, it's moving. And I looked, and this was like 1 or 2 in the morning. It looked like a 3.5-foot shadow was standing right next to Mary, watching her. And it turned its head and walked off and just evaporated. And of course, me with all my camera equipment, I didn't have nothing on it. I could have shot myself in the foot.
Bummer.
Yeah, I know. Typical, right? That's why we don't have Bigfoot all the time on videos. Let me start this next video here. Let me share it. And, but yeah, a lot of people were asking, but yeah, if y'all have any questions like that, always ask. We don't mind sharing what type of equipment we use, because we're here to help people. Because if you don't know about the equipment, you don't know what to use.
Right. And I'm on a fixed income, so I have to like do the layaway plan, you know, and
Yes.
take a couple months and pay it off. But that it's fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I was going out because I forgot my keys or lighter or something in the car. So charger cord. I went out for something. So I'm in the car and looking on the passenger side because that's where my cord plug-in is. So at first I was like, what the heck is that? Towards the end of the video, did we catch it? Yeah, we might have to zoom in. It starts out small and kind of stretches out and turns flat. there it goes. It's starting and it goes over the car. And see how it goes flat and
Yeah.
just flies over the brick wall there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know from watching a lot of videos and stuff.
See that flat thing? Yeah, it just turns flat when it gets to the other side. Show the other arrow on the
Uh,
left side.
that, oops, let me hit play. I accidentally hit something. Let me get this off my screen here.
I just sent you two of them.
Yeah, there we go. See it go over the wall. It like starts smaller, but it like grows as it glides over the cars.
But you know what's really unique about that, Kelly, is that the other video, it shows it going to that location. Now it looks like it's
It's coming
manifesting
from it.
from
Yes.
it. Right.
See it?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the ground right there, if it's the fence, but it's somewhere in that area.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
see if it can. Now, I don't know, but it looks like a skyfish, how flat it is. But I can't be sure. But there was natives here, so it's hard to say.
It's on Messenger.
Kelly, what are your interpretations about watching that? What are you picking up on, dear?
I feel like it's a total different energy than the fairy. And it feels more like outer spacey.
And it doesn't feel threatening.
No, but it
Not
feels more,
threatening.
it feels
Yeah.
more outer spacey. And it's like a monitoring bar or something.
Yeah, one of the things that I've noticed by filming a lot of footage review, I do see cobwebs in a lot of people's images or videos, and that does not have any characteristics of any cobwebs that I've ever seen.
Oh,
So
no.
I don't think if anybody's thinking it's a cobweb, I don't think it is.
No.
I
I
think
don't
from
think
watching
it is.
other footage, it validates that it's. But what's weird though is how it expands. See it?
Yeah. See, it starts small and then it like grows and turns flat.
What was that flying thing that came up with it?
I
And
know.
judging from the size of the wind chimes, I would say 1 to 3 feet when it gets to the, other side. It starts out maybe 6 inches to a foot and then grows as it glides across. And it doesn't really fly like the other orbs. It glides just gracefully.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very unique characteristics of what we're watching. But it seems like I don't know, Kelly. I keep getting told, and this may be me thinking it. I don't know. Protection. Like it's just there to watch over her for some reason.
Right.
Yes, because I only catch it when I'm outside. It seems like the other one, the fairy, I don't catch those. I've caught orbs, round orbs, and the capsule shaped orbs outside, and a funnel shaped, but not the flat ones are only when I go outside. So I find that kind of interesting, almost like they want to let me know.
Yeah, Dowdell says, well, we can say it's too small to be Mothman.
Yeah.
If I saw a Mothman, I wouldn't be Michelle walking around in her vehicle. I'd be gone, either running or in. So,
Yeah. No, I've never seen any Mothman. I did see a little barn owl out in one of the trees, but like I said, we have very large trees, so it's not uncommon to have owls and other birds here.
Now, with the Native Americans and the different tribes, didn't an owl mean something to them?
Most of it is good, isn't it? It's like a wise figure. for the Clackamas Indians.
And then other tribes considered it can mean good and it can mean death. It can be a
Okay.
bad omen.
Oh,
Depends on what tribe.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and we have 3 types of owls here. And I guess the barn owl is just the little guy, about 6 inches. So, and I could hear him hoot, 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 and see his eyes were yellow.
Oh, that's fascinating.
And then another confirmation I received here is I was getting a little bit full of myself and poking at answers one day. And so I asked them, well, you know so much here because, well, tell me what my name is because that's not my name. Tell me my family called me a nickname and my maiden name. And I caught on video, it said my nickname and maiden name. It said, "You're Shelley Greavy." And I was like, how did it know that? And so at that point I knew whatever it is smarter than I am and it can see behind and down the road further than I can. And yeah, never forget that it's an uncharted realm here. And yeah, keep your guard up, protect yourself. Prayer is important all day, every day. And yeah, keeping my faith strong.
Oh, fantastic. Kelly, what are your insights and what are your recommendations for Michelle, especially because she's got other stuff that is just mind blowing, especially inside. What are your thoughts, Kelly?
Well, like I say, she has a portal, and you're going to have activity till the cows come home. They don't come home. And and as long as you say a prayer of protection and be wise about it, you'll be okay.
Where'd you put the cow with no legs?
I don't know. Where do you put them?
Where you left it? Anyways, a clean dad joke. I had to. For some reason, I don't know if this is me thinking this, or do you dream a lot, Michelle?
I do, but I don't always remember my dreams. But I had a reoccurring dream before I moved here that I was in this living room watching a TV like from the 60s. That had the dial, was in the cabinet.
Right.
So I seen that I was here, yeah, when I was much younger. And it didn't really click until after I was here. It was like, this is where I seen that TV. And we were playing like hide and go seek behind the chairs that were facing the TV. So I've been in this living room before.
Do you know what that sounds like? It sounds like, and I could be way off at the other end of the universe on this. For some reason, Kelly, I'm getting images of maybe a past life.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
And for some reason, I can relate to the World War II era here. And this area, a half a block away, they had like the speaker to warn everyone if there was an air raid. So this area, yeah, there was an airport, I guess, close. And they had the speaker just half a block away to warn everyone, air raid, turn your lights off and all that stuff that they do. But I can relate to the 40s, World War II era here. And I don't know why. My dad was not a World War II. He was in after the war. And before Vietnam. So my dad went to the Navy before. My grandfather would have been in the war, World War II, but he was stationed in Africa. So, but I have a strong sense that of World War II, that era, 40s.
Oh,
You
wow.
are a gunner in the gunner in the plane. You were in the bubble. You know, the planes
Oh,
that
yeah.
in the bubble.
Uh,
Yeah,
You know.
the one underneath.
the turret.
Yes.
The turret.
Thank you.
Yes.
I had to stop and think. It took me a second.
I know. I was trying to think of what it was called. I was trying to describe it. He gets me.
Well, I've been around you so long. Sometimes I can pick up on your thoughts and energy when you're trying to think, and you do the same thing to me all the time. It's very fascinating, Michelle, what you do capture in your research and your investigations. I think you're spot on. I think you're doing a fantastic job. It's very credible. No AI involved or any fabrication, to my knowledge, from watching everything. And of course, I kind of know you from the show and previous being on the show and watching you. But one of the things that I recommend is try some German. You can go on your phone, and I think it's a free app in Google Translate that you can change the language on it because I think one of the easy ones to remember in German is Wie geht's? And that's a short way to say hello or Guten Tag, good day, gute Nacht, good afternoon, and so forth. But I'm kind of curious to see what type of interactions you'll have by doing that. And what's your take?
I am too. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I can feel a German presence here.
Well, you have a red-headed man with bibbed overalls. He's the German dude.
Yes, he was like the orchard guy. Yeah.
Shut the front door.
He did the apples.
Yes.
His specialty was the apples.
Wow.
You say he is saying Guten Tag.
Is he really?
Guten Tag. Guten Tag. I don't speak other languages. I just hear it.
Hey, I speak French. Oui. That means yes, yes.
But
I know parlez-vous in French. That's about it.
Right. Unbelievable. Michelle, is there anything else, Kelly? It's been a fantastic show.
Thank
It's just
so
unbelievable.
Much. I hope to have you on again. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I just looked down and realized what time it was. I can't believe it went by that fast.
Wow.
I know
Yeah, it was amazing. Thank you so much.
And Michelle, how do people follow you on TikTok and so forth?
I'm not very techie, but you can just follow me. My name, Michelle Wilfong, at My Haunted Apartment. I do TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. So I got those three going. I was hoping, if nothing else, get paid per view or whatever. Hopefully get brave enough someday to go live stream. I need a better camera so I can stream at night for TikTok. So I got to figure out better phone or a better camera that connects easily to the phone so I can capture some night vision. So I'm working on it.
No, absolutely.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you, it adds up quick, just like you said, equipment. It's just, wow.
Yes.
It really does. It's not cheap anymore. Well, Kelly, Michelle, thank you for tonight. What a wonderful show. Kelly, how do people find you and follow you as well?
I'm on YouTube, kellyjoepsychic.com. You can call me for a reading, 850-481-1813. And Facebook and your channel, a Bigfoot Outlaw.
That's right. Now, Kelly, can people also reach out to you directly about questions on their captures, on their videos and so forth?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, ladies, from our family to yours, to our house to yours, Godspeed, and from coast to coast around the world, good night, everybody. We'll catch you on the next.
Feel better, Mary.
Bye, Michelle.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Kelly.
Thanks.